All right, guys, let's do this right here video real quick. Like, this is a I don't have a mic and stuff hooked up to me, so I hope I can make it when I edit. I can make it better, guys. This is a septic perk hole, which means that you can see the different grains of dirt that you got going on here. So what happens is a septic engineer, he comes out, he digs this right here hole, he takes that hole to a lab, and he tests that dirt and see whether or not this dirt can absorb urine or waste from the house. Which is why the first thing we did is guys, mind you, we're in Jefferson County. Jefferson County is they're the most difficult people to deal with, probably in Alabama, when it comes down to septic and on-site waste. And the reason they are like that, guys, is because those guys are not going to be savvy. They're not going to get in those books, really. Now, they got one guy that's really good. His name is Sweeney. He's really good over there, man. I think he's a different caliber. But for the most part, man, if it's not in their manual and stuff like that, there's not going to be any thinking outside of the box dealing with those guys. But this is what you got. So you can see up here is the house. You guys can see the house up here. So we're going to have a septic tank that's going to sit next to the house. And then the waste is going to come down and it's going to get into the field lines, which is going to be in this area. So one thing you got to understand about that field line. Now, I actually purposely, when I start doing my erosion control, I put a silk fence up there to keep any of my construction guys away from this right here. Because if you mess this right here up, if you dig too deep, or you have machines on it that either dig or cut this right here, you can no longer use this area right here. And then we have to go back to our secondary, which that's going to be a problem, because you got to have a secondary and a primary, and they won't let you just get away with just having a primary. So you've been and built this entire house and won't have any way to dispose of the waste in the county. You won't be able to move any further, because in order to move further on the construction phase, is you're gonna have to get power to the house, and you're not gonna until those inspectors get documentation from the environmental services or Jefferson County Environmental. That's gonna shut down all your inspections. So you won't be able to get power to the house. Nothing will happen after that, guys. And so this is why this is very critical, man. You better know what you're doing when you come out here fooling around with these septic tanks, because if you mess up your primary, then you have to have an engineer to try to come out here and design a system that would take half the amount of space on your property. Feel like someone got in my clothes or something. They will do you like an Elgin system, which is going to cost you double the amount of money. So let's just say, for instance, this right here septic tank, this septic system maybe cost me $12,000 or whatever it costs. If I had to do an engineered system, which means that you don't have to have the field lines don't have to be as long as we have it designed for. That means you have to get this engineered system, which it costs you, instead of $12,000, probably costs you about $26,000. So you done bumped up that cost of that as well. So that's gonna cost you and that homeowner, however you guys got this thing figured out, it's gonna cost more money, much more money. And you can almost get to the point, like if you're in Jefferson County, you can get to the point where you can't get septic, you can't get the approval signed off, and you won't be able to move in this house. So you just spent $500,000 on the house, $600, whatever you spend on the house, you won't be able to do anything after that, man. That's just wasted money. So now when you're dealing with this septic stuff, guys, I'm the jack of all trades, master of none. So that's not what I do every day. But I have to be able to relate the septic information to my excavator so that we can kind of get this stuff right here figured out. I would rather those guys come here and meet, and they kind of get an idea of what needs to be done. But as a builder, you should kind of know some of this stuff too, guys, because this is a very critical part of your construction process, guys. You should know a little bit of this. So what's gonna happen? The way he dug those holes, the way he dug this hole, there's a reason for everything. If you look at the grade is coming down this way, guys. The way the field lines work is when it comes down, it hits the field line and it goes this way, just like this right here in the field line. And then it works its way, it keeps going this way, like this right here, go like this right here, until it works its way all the way down. And that way it goes into the urine goes into the soil, and the soil will do the rest. Now on this right here, you gotta number one, you gotta understand how it needs to go. So you're gonna have field lines flowing this way, and they flow in that way. And this is all done prior to us even building, guys. All this stuff was determined prior to us building. So what's gonna happen is those field lines, you have to have two field lines. Two lines are gonna have to go through this perk hole. Boop, 1, 2. They gotta go through that perk hole. And then I think you gotta have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So this means all this little brush here that we have here, this needs to come down so that the guy can get in here and work. Now he does have a backhoe. It's not as robust as the skid steer to get this stuff kind of moved around, but we just need to we need to do what they call a I forgot what they call that thing. They call it a clear coat. No, not a clear coat, but we're just gonna get all the underbrush. We're gonna get all the small stuff out of here. We're not gonna we may take that guy down because it's dead already. But like these bigger trees like this right here, we can leave them there. The underbrush, that's what we call it. We're gonna, and this little stuff right here, we get rid of that so these guys can come in here and work and get my field lines in. And so that's what we're doing. So guys, as a builder, see all this right here, all this stuff can get out. We can get this stuff on out the way. I wish we can burn. That would be and I may be in a position to burn. You got to be 1,000 feet. That ain't gonna work. You got to be so far away so you can burn. But guys, yeah, you need to have an idea of how this thing gonna play out. And I had this stuff in my mind from day one. So this ain't dealing with this septic stuff. And these field lines is not something that you want to be trying to figure this stuff out as you go. It's not a good idea. So this is all my waste in this house is coming out right here. We'll put the tank right here. Now remember, guys, that the septic tank itself is gonna all the solids are gonna go to the bottom of the septic tank. Well, my hand looks pretty rough. All the solids are gonna go at the bottom of the septic tank. They're gonna drop down. All the affluent stuff is gonna rise up, like your urine and stuff like that. It's gonna rise up, and then you got another hole in the tank. It's gonna rise up, and then it's gonna travel down here to the field lines. It's gonna go down here. I'm gonna have this. We're gonna do this driveway in such a way. So we got a driveway and turnaround right here, guys. So we'll do it in such a way that when we cross this driveway, we're crossing at the thinnest part, which is about 12 feet. We have about 12 feet from here to here, the road to go into this right here. And guys, I typically come out here with the homeowner and we mark out where this drive is gonna go. We mark that stuff off, and then I get approval from them first, and then they tell me, hey, go ahead and let's do it. And they confirm that. But we'll have that line coming from the septic tank going through here, and then boom, we can go into our field lines. So, guys, from day one, guys, which is one reason why we couldn't go deeper with this house, guys, because if we had went deeper with this house, we wouldn't have had enough fall to come over here and tap right over here. We would have been in trouble. So guys, that's why from day one, guys, you better have this stuff. All this stuff was all figured out with me on day one. I could see all this stuff play out day one. Before we even dug anything, I imagined this house on this lot, and we figured it out on day one. So, all right, so let's kind of go through this right here, man. Again, Now, this is the bonus part, man. Since I already got this thing already open, man, I just want to kind of walk through it. I've been away for a week, man, so I need to come through here. Painters come did their thing, so electrician's gonna come up tomorrow. I don't really like a lot of people here, but I'm gone. Still got to get this right here door in, so that's another thing. But oh wow, man, this thing right here turned out pretty nice. So you got your tiles in here. Wow, that did turn out. So we're gonna put a door here.